Yeah. Among Turks, because I didn't speak Turkish, unfortunately, I didn't go and investigate differences, but a few signs are key. For example, some Turks in cities would stop and do their prayers at certain times, whereas others would go on by and not be doing their prayers. It's not as if everybody was practicing their Islam in the same way at the same time. There are clearly differences. Another difference is that the women, some of them wore head coverings and some of them didn't. And they would be sharing the same sidewalks and sometimes the same houses. We would go into the same house at night, and different people with different practices in regard to Islam might be there eating meals together. So clearly there are some differences, and I'm sure there were many more than I could see just as an outside visitor. And then, of course, we know about ethnic differences, especially when we were in the eastern part. There were Kurds and there were Turks and probably several other ethnic groups. And in one of the schools we went to, we asked the people to identify their ethnic origin, and they did. And it was just all mixed right there together. And this happened to be a night where there was a band playing, and they were playing Kurdish songs, and some of them in the band were Kurdish and some were not, but they were all playing the same songs. And in fact, some of us were dancing that night, and it was a wonderful time where everybody was together in this very social, enjoyable event, even despite the fact, or without even thinking about the fact, that they were all from very different backgrounds. And these were supposedly people that sometimes on the news we hear are violent enemies against one another, whereas in fact the reality, they clearly were not.